I saw your little bullshit ass clip that you did.
Whoa,
Wait a
what do
minute.
you mean? When we were young, the bitter vets is how we looked at it. Like, you know, I'd be like, David Arnold, shut your ass up.
No.
Because David didn't have no tolerance for no new nigga shit.
He didn't.
Rodney would be like, come let me talk to you.
Yeah. He would
Okay?
let you know
And that's
what's
the
wrong.
difference. Both of them saw the problem, but David was like, nigga, god damn. And he would just walk off.
Bitter comedians,
Yeah.
veterans,
Pause. Period.
right? Yes,
You
bitter,
needed punctuations. That's all you needed.
bitter comedians,
Ellipses.
right? David Arnold and Rodney Perry, people who help you and people who don't fuck with you. And I was like, first of all, how did I become bitter? Second of all,
Okay.
because I'm doing pretty good. Shit is working out.
You're doing good.
And second of all, I'm like, now I don't remember when I said something to you or I took your DVD and threw it across the room.
Let's preface everything with, he don't even remember. How can he defend himself properly when he starts out with amnesia?
Well, let me tell you something.
God damn it, Jason Bourne.
I'm sure,
You
I'm
know.
positive I did throw his shit across the room.
Okay.
That sounds like me.
Let me go back. Pause on you. So a long time ago, as a little impressionable new jack, right? I come to LA and there's OGs at the comedy unit. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna meet the OGs. I knew Rodney because I'd been talking to him after I saw him on Monique's Big Black Comedy Show.
Oh, yeah.
I seeked
Yeah.
him out. But you guys, that's the house y'all built.
The comedy unit.
Yeah, and
at
so
that time,
going down there, it was you know, if you go to the comedy unit at that time, and I'm talking 10 years ago, but
Yes.
7, 8 years ago, you gonna be there.
Yes, I
Right?
was there
And
all
so
the time. Yeah, I was
I'm
one
like,
of the hosts.
Yeah, so Rodney's like, you need to meet David Arnold. I'm like, bet. So I meet David Arnold, I meet Kim Whitley, I meet countless
Probably
amount of
Joey
comics.
Wells, probably.
Yeah, J-Dub was there. And, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm a new comic in town. And I'm like, yo, I got a DVD I just shot in Seattle. And he was like, oh, you got a DVD, right? So now I'm like, oh, yeah, fine. I knew this was going to impress niggas, right? So I hand it to David, and David was like, nigga, fuck your DVD. And my DVD is like, bow, hits the ground, skid, it slides to a resting stop. Everyone turns and looks at me like, what you gonna do, nigga? I was like, what the fuck? Like,
This is the thing. This is what I remember about you. I don't remember throwing your DVD, but I'm sure I did.
okay.
But I do remember your car was wrapped with your picture.
Yeah.
And when we all saw, we was like, this nigga not gonna make it, and it's gonna be hard to drive around with his face on the side of the car
Yeah.
working at Subway. That was our first thought.
Yes.
Then I saw you work.
Yes.
And I said, this nigga's funny.
Yeah,
And you were funny.
And then you were like,
I went
how
back-
much some of them raps cost?
All right.
That's always
Exactly. But what got me in the video, because when you said it to Clayton, you said David Arnold, Clayton backed up off that shit. He was like, no.
Because I say name.
Yeah, he was like, but here's the thing, and I know that comedians don't know we all fuck around with each other like that.
Right.
And what I said to you on the phone, I said, if I did that, it's probably because I probably had seen you perform.
Well, but I'm saying now I know you. I know when you're playing.
Because
So
that's what we do.
Right. So when you were making reference to on the phone, you said, I wouldn't mess with you if I didn't.
If I didn't think you were funny.
Right.
Like people you don't think are funny, you don't talk to them.
You don't want to get that shit on you.
You walk by them, hey, how was I?
I don't get that unfunny.
Right.
Here, I got a set tonight.
Exactly. And then like you were like, Rod, and I'm sure Rodney probably did, you know, because Rodney is always good with advice, and I'm always the smart ass. And it's probably because I have been teaching a stand-up class on and off for the last 10 years. And that is like when you said,
That's
some
the
niggas
only
will help
reason
you.
why this tugged at your morality.
Yes.
You were like, nigga, I put thousands of hours into you, nigga.
Oh my God! Like,
How dare you say I walk off
you
on
and
y'all?
Clayton are probably
But
the
you
only
walked
two-
off on us and then
I did.
monetized it.
What do you mean?
Like you were like, I'm not helping you niggas for free.
For
Now,
free?
If you
No,
niggas
no.
pay me.
No, if you gonna pay me, this is 20
Julie says,
I can't be down here
I have
fucking
a
with
rocket.
y'all.
I need money.
I need money. And you know what's so funny? I think like when I started doing the class, it was because
Julie.
That's my wife.
David vlogs. I'll talk about that because I'm going to use it as a segue.
Okay, this is the thing. The reason I started doing it was because nobody helped me
Okay.
when I moved here. Nobody told me shit. Like, and I spent a lot of time doing stuff that I probably didn't need to do. And had somebody told me, you don't really got to do that no more.
That's not important. Right.
Exactly. I would have saved time. But to now look back at it, like Tony Baker and James Davison, Zaynab and Ambria, like all these people who are doing really well all came through my class. And I'm not saying that they're doing well because of it, but I don't mind helping people who really want to do the work.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers want to be comedians and but they have no idea the work that it goes into what we do.
They think asking about the work is the work.
Yes.
Nigga, don't ask me no more. Go do it.
Go do it. Don't tell me what you're doing. Just go be a comedian and I'm going to see you.
Well, I never took the class.
No, I know.
I think, I don't know, all those comics started a little bit after me. I felt like, but even if I was like, oh, I should take something just to spice it up, because sometimes you like to mix your shit up. People
to bounce your stuff off of
people
people
all the
yes,
time. Yeah,
exactly.
But so shout out to your alums for being relevant.
It's a lot of them. It's a whole lot of them that's doing Daphne. A lot of them are doing really well. I mean, and it's not.
And
like
you know what I find is difficult is for people to understand the difference between you saying I helped a person and them thinking you're saying that person's on because of me. No. And it's a difference.
Has nothing to do with...
Because there are people that say that I made you shit, and I'm not one of them.
I'm not.
And he's not one of them.
No, I'm telling you 100%, the people's names that I named are where they are because of the work they did. Yeah. The only thing somebody can do is point you in a direction and go, if you want to do this, that's where they doing it. And you got to walk there. And all the shit you got to go through to get there, that's on you. You either want to do that or you don't. I can't do that. Only thing I was doing was willing to share my knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then some people took that shit and ran with it, and some people, you know, they did not. And so there it is.
Now the bitterness part.
I'm not bitter.
You're not. No, not in 2019.
No, but you know what I think.
Let me say it, and you can tell me if I'm bullshit.
Okay, go.
But I'm gonna pull the curtain back some.
Okay, go.
Because there's David Arnold from stage, and then there's David A. Arnold that is resolute and
yes. Yes.
And I've gotten to know you more from watching your vlogs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because so David started vlogging. Now it felt like to an outsider looking in,
about 14
that years ago there was frustration associated with
my stand-up.
Well, yeah, because you've always been funny. So it's like they keep picking these little niggas and they keep getting on and they don't have it.
Oh.
So then through things like, and there was like a 5-year period where there was a lot of DVDs and shit getting thrown. Oh, a new nigga. A new nigga. Like there was different bitter shit. A nigga was doing steps in it. Oh, this nigga ain't gonna be shit. Hey, little nigga, go to bed. Like, give a fuck. Hi, David Arnold. Shut the fuck up and keep it pushing.
You're not gonna make it.
I'm in line first, little one.
I've been standing here for years.
Right. I'm not teaching no Padawans. Nigga, I'm a Jedi finally myself. So I felt that energy, but then there's
from the stage.
From the whole everything.
My energy just when you saw
it. But then dig this. But then there's credits, bitches, right? And I'm like, that's a stroke of genius, right? Yeah. And I think that was your first taste of, this internet is
2008,
a place
when Facebook first started,
right? And so he did a show where he talked about topics and he ranted, and then he literally did the credits on toilet paper.
Credits, bitches.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, oh, okay, he's the first OG to get on the internet.
Yeah,
I think I can safely say that.
You said that to me. Go ahead.
So then the internet opens up for you.
Yeah.
Now you're vlogging. Now we know. Now we know. Julie, let me holla at you. Which means I'd like to see you for a moment in private quarters. Right. So we meet the wife. We meet Anna Grace.
Wow.
What's your other daughter's name? Ashlyn. Yeah. We know all of your kids' friends' names.
Wow. That's crazy.
And we know you guys are getting debit cards and. We know you've drawn blood and you got life insurance. We watched you remodel your home.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
We watched you remodel your home. You used the bathroom and bathed in buckets, and we did that with you. Okay? And so you've peeled back the curtain on you and opened up so many more opportunities and doors because people are like, we see this well-rounded person now versus this asshole who's throwing DVDs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whether you're playing or not, that's how
I would throw them. And I probably would. If you come to me with your little DVD, it's probably going to get tossed.
But now you know. And now you can go to the vlog like, come on, he's not the DVD thrower. He's not serious. But you are. You're like, and Julie's like, David. Okay,
don't throw people's dreams.
I'll go get it. Julie. But did you see the arc on that? So then, So to bring it full circle and to really say what I'm saying, like, is there has been a blossoming, I would say, of exposure because the talent was always there. And so with that comes a feeling of appreciation. You're like, these folks, they finally see who the fuck. I've been telling you motherfuckers since I wrote my nursing.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so funny? And I think we
You
talked
got
about
a
this.
nursing pilot called Life with Dave.
I do. Wow. I think, damn, you've been paying attention to everything. I think that, and we talked about this last week when we were in Oakland.
Quick, yeah.
Right. And I was saying that I didn't want to be, yes, I was frustrated. There was a period where I was frustrated. And this is what I believe.
As fuck, right? Is it okay to
Of
say
course, yes. Because I don't think that if you do this long enough, there will not be a time in your career where you will not be frustrated as fuck because it is this business. If you stay in, it's like being married. You stay married long enough, there's going to be a time when you don't want to be around each other.
Shout out to Julie.
Shout out to Julie.
Doesn't want
I'm
to be
here,
around
I'm
you.
not there.
Get you one of these. You say you want a family.
Get you one, because it ain't for the weak.
There it is.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so yes, I agree that there was a period where I was very frustrated because I was creating and I was doing a lot of stuff at a really good level, but I couldn't get my voice out there like I wanted. And so it was frustrating for me. I've always made a living writing and doing other things. And after a while, you don't want to do that. You just wanted people to see you and know what you can bring.
I'm a goddamn star.
I'm funny. I'm funny enough. Listen, this is it. You're funny enough to make a living doing what you love doing. You know what I'm saying? And when I picked up my phone about 16 months ago, I had 2,000 followers. Now I'm at like 600,000 between Facebook and Instagram.
Stop. So there's this period of pressure and frustration.
Yeah.
And that creates diamonds. And so now that you're on the other side of the can't breathe, and you've reached the surface and, right, you're above the surface and the air is clearer and the opportunities are starting to,
materialize,
come to fruition and stuff, right? What's it feel like? Because I'm still frustrated.
Well, here, let me tell you though, this is the crazy thing. I don't think that we ever stop having things. It's so many other things that I still want to do. The only difference now and 18 months ago is that I can pick up my phone and reach 600,000 people, and people are now coming to the clubs when I go to perform on the road to see me. It's not like, oh, it's comedy night.
Right.
Who's gonna be there?
Yeah, I can't see random guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Like it feel like that, and it's on the smallest level.
Right.
I'm by no means like these guys out here that's doing this social media thing are murdering it, and I didn't want to be the old dude, if you will.
You are
complaining about social media.
You were.
Well, I will say this.
Because you at one point were like, fuck the internet, fuck these little niggas, fuck everything new.
Yes.
Everything I own, I buy used. You didn't like the word new. And so now that a little slice of that is in your own grasp and you realize the power you have with your own phone, no network can say, cut him off.
Well, this is
You're your own boss.
I thought I got a little bit of it in 2008.
Okay.
Then I started writing for Tyler Perry, so I went away from it because I started writing and producing his shows. But then after that, the frustration happened. And then I realized, you know what? I was frustrated, but then I realized I'm going to pick my phone because I had my own show 2 years ago. Me and Kevin Hart, we had a show. We were ordered to series. We were literally in
Hollywood Shuffle.
And they didn't. And I got.
That ain't the first time that happened to him. In his book, that happened to him with the Big House, too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so he understood it. And it was in that moment of pressure and frustration. And the only thing I could hear were the network executives who told me, you're not marketable.
Yeah, or how many followers do you have?
I don't even think we got that far.
Right.
They didn't, because I had like 1,800.
Okay.
Like literally, so it wasn't even no question about, like I had no internet presence.
Right.
And I remember sitting in my house and I had been sitting there for about 2 months and I was mad and my wife went, you can't just sit here. You got to get up. And I always tell comedians, the obstacles that are put in our way are there for two things: to see if you're strong or see if you're going to quit. It's there to weed out the weak. That's what obstacles are there for. They're there to weed out the week. And I heard myself saying that to all my students over the last years as I was sitting there on my couch. And then I went, you know what? I know how I can get my voice out there. Because I remember when I did it in 2008 with Facebook. And I picked up my phone and I just started talking. And now, like I said, 16 months later, I'm 600,000 in, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but it does feel good to feel a little bit of air.